Acolyte, you have now seen the forging of gods, and the moment they were taken. What followed was done in their absence. Acolyte, you will have questions. You will not have answers. Yet. Attend to the record. Understanding will come in its proper order. The galaxy the Emperor inherited was not a realm to be ruled. It was a graveyard. Worlds once united by the great expanse of humanity now lay isolated, their cultures fractured, their technologies decayed, their people forgotten. Warp storms raged unchecked. Travel was unreliable. Communication impossible. And on 1,000 worlds, humanity had begun to forget what it even was. We have spoken before of those who could still see, of a rare and fragile strain of humanity, who could look into the warp and not be consumed by it. Now, we begin to understand their true importance. While the galaxy drowned in storm, while the warp howled and tore at reality, there existed those who could chart a path through madness. The navigators, mutants, necessary, feared. Gifted with the ability to perceive the tides of the Imperium, to guide vessels through impossible space, to carry humanity back to the stars. Without them, there would be no Imperium, no crusade, no return. They were the Emperor's compass in a galaxy that had lost all direction. With Terra unified, the Emperor did not pause. He did not consolidate. He did not celebrate. He declared a new truth. There would be no more old night. No more division. No more gods. There would only be unity. The Imperium of Man was not born as a nation, but as a campaign. The Legiones Astartes, forged from the gene seed of the lost Primarchs, were unleashed upon the stars. 20 legions, 20 bloodlines, each carrying with them a fragment of a father they had never known. They did not yet understand what they were, but they understood what they were for. War. Compliance. A simple word. A clean word. A merciful word. It meant this: join the Imperium or be brought into it. There were no alternatives. Cities were leveled from orbit. Oceans boiled under sustained bombardment. Entire populations reduced to ash in the name of unity. And yet, many worlds welcomed the Imperium, because even this was better than Old Night. Do not mistake this for heroism. This was not a noble reclaiming of lost worlds. This was conquest. Total. Unforgiving. Absolute. On many worlds, the Imperium did not arrive as salvation. It arrived as a sky filled with ships, and a voice that offered a choice. Join us, or be forgotten. He walked among them, not as a king upon a throne, but as a conqueror at the front, golden, radiant, terrible. A being who could end wars with a word, or begin them with a glance. And then he found him. The first, Horus. Not a general, not a weapon, a son. For the first time, the Emperor was not alone. They fought together, side by side, for years, decades. Across 1,000 battlefields, they brought worlds into compliance together. The Emperor and his first found son. And in that time, something rare was forged. Trust. Before their fathers were found, the legions were incomplete. They fought, they conquered, they bled. But they lacked something they could not name. Purpose. Identity. They were weapons, but not yet sons. The 16th Legion was no different. Drawn from the war scars of Terra, and later from the brutal world of Chthoniya, they were already formidable, savage, disciplined, effective. But they were not yet whole. Then, he came to them. Horus. The Emperor did not hesitate. The moment Horus was found, the 16th was given to him. Not earned, not tested. Given. And they accepted him, not because they were ordered to, but because they knew. This was what they had been made for. There is confusion within the records. Some claim Horus was raised on Chthoniya. Others deny it entirely. The truth is less simple. He was not born of that world, but he became it. He took its warriors, its culture, its brutality, and he made it his own. And they made him theirs. The molten core of Chthoniya burned within them all. And through Horus, it burned brighter still. Horus learned at his father's side. He saw the Imperium not as it was, but as it was meant to be. He understood the vision, the necessity, the burden. And the Emperor saw in Horus what had been taken from him. A son he could trust above all others. And that trust would shape everything that followed. But understand this, Acolyte. The brighter the flame, the deeper the shadow it casts. Even as the Imperium expanded, even as the lost sons were found, even as humanity rose once more to dominance, something else was watching. Something that had already acted. The scattering of the Primarchs was not an accident. And what began that night had not yet finished. The Great Crusade is remembered as a golden age, a time of triumph, of unity, of destiny fulfilled. It was none of those things. It was the beginning of something far worse. Because every world brought into compliance, every son returned, every victory won brought the Imperium closer to its greatest betrayal. In the next record, we speak of reunion, of sons and fathers, of loyalty, and the seeds of division. Prepare yourself, because what was found was never truly reclaimed. Acolyte, should you wish to assist in preserving this archive, you may do so through the accompanying data slate.